So I'm going to read you a poem and then I'm going to put you into your group. There's going to be almost no time between the end of the poem and the group. And so what I want you to think about as I'm reading this poem is, what would it take for you to live intentionally, to really live congruent with that future self that you met Thursday night, or that you've been discovering over the last 24 hours or 40 hours, 30 hours? What would it mean to live intentionally congruent and on track with that future self? And how can your values be your life jackets in the boat? Let's say you're sailing. Your future self is an island. You're in the boat. You've got a rudder in the boat. The rudder steers you in the right direction. Those are your values. Your values are also the life jacket. When you fall off, you know that can help you get out. So we are either in a boat in the water with no rudder, floating around, and the waves come and the rain comes, and we're a victim of our feelings and our sensations and our thoughts, or we're at choice. And Hildy talked earlier about the gut. Today we're going to learn how to know the difference between true gut intuition and some past thought that rises a sensation in your body. Because many people say to me, well, how do I know the difference when it's just a past fear or indigestion and it's really gut instinct? The only way your intuition works is when you shore up your head, your heart, and your spirit. And then this all works. And it's a beacon, it's an energy source. And you'll know, you'll lean forward if it's food, you'll lean into food that is good for you, and you will lean away. You will lean into people who are good for you, and you will lean away from people who are not. You will lean into the kind of work that can get you where you want to go and help you be extraordinary, and lean away from work like Hildy. I love that poem this morning. Work that is just beige. We want to live a life, a full color, an intentional life. Juicy, luscious, wonderful. So here we go. This is by a woman named Oriah Mountain Dreamer. She is not Indigenous, but has chosen to live an Indigenous life. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for. And if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing, it doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for your love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. Betty White. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow, if you've been opened by life's betrayals, or if you have become shriveled and closed from fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with your own pain, or even others, without moving to hide it, fade it, or fix it, if you can just be. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or yours, if you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes, without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, or to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you are telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself. If you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. I want to know if you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty even when the day is not pretty. And if you can source your own life merely from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and stand on the edge of the lake and shout to the sliver of the moon, yes! It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after a night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done for the children. It doesn't interest me who you are or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you've studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else fades away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep, even in the empty moments. Let that sit with you, and the conversation for the group leader is what's it going to take to live intentionally with those things that are most important to me, with who I know I really am. How do I live congruently on a cellular level and head where I'm going?